All right, folks. Mark here, cooking the books and bringing the info. Now, I've been researching math for the last several weeks. I've been doing a lot of math studies, right? And again, my eyes are a little tired right now. I've been studying all day today. Got my book right here. This is my composition right here. This is where I just make my notes, and then I come outside, sit in the car, and just kind of like let things run over in my head a little bit, just to break. Give the brain a little bit of breathing room. Anywho, I was talking with a buddy of mine today. We were talking about another. Unfortunately, there's another unarmed black man killed in Atlanta by the police, and this thing is it's permeating all over the world. So I'm just going to touch on it real quick, and I'm going to touch on it from an intellectual standpoint. And I hope we can really get this. If anybody's under the sound of my voice, I hope we can really get this from a mathematical standpoint, right? The reason why I'm using math is because math is the language of the universe, and that's not my quote. That's Galileo. But the interesting thing is that if we understand some basic concepts and some basic foundation principles of math, life just becomes so much more easier to solve. The problems of life. Let's use the fractions and so just for this example here. There's something called finding the lowest common denominator, or finding the greatest common factor, right? To find the greatest common factor, you have to list all the factors of the denominator. Stay with me. It could get a little mind gymnastics here. It's going to get a little mind bending, but stay with me. I'm going to keep it as simple as possible. The point is this: there's a formula to find the LCD, lowest common denominator, or LCM, lowest common multiple, or GCF, greatest common factor. Now, you have the GCF, you have the LCM, and the LCD. They all sound separate, which they are. However, the method, the formula to finding the LCD is the same formula you would use to find the LCM. Lowest common multiple, lowest common denominator. And without going into all the minutiae and the details, because it's really not necessary unless you're trying to actually do the problem, the formula that is used is called a method, or it's called an algorithm, right? And when you plug in numbers, which are multiples of, right, which are products of the factors, and again, I don't want to use all the jargons because I don't want the message to get lost because of jargons. So let me just say this: when you plug numbers into the method, the algorithm, the formula, the expression, whatever you want to call it, they all mean the same shit. When you plug different numbers in, right, these numbers are called variables, right? When you plug different numbers in, it does not matter. You can go research this stuff. You could change the numbers all you want. I'll do you one better. You can substitute numbers for letters. Instead of saying 5 and 6 and 8, you can say A, D, and H. It really doesn't matter. Once the method, the formula, remains the same, you can switch different numbers, input, insert, output, so on and so forth, and you're always going to arrive at the same answer to find the LCD, the LCM, or the GCF. You're going to always arrive at the same answer as long as that methodology, the technique, the formula remains the same. You're always going to get the same answer. So with what we see going on with the police killing, as long as the formula is the same, it doesn't matter which black man you put in, insert, input, take out, put in, plug out. We're always going to end up with the same killings. As long as the methodology remains the same, we're always going to end up with the same unarmed black man being killed. Again, it's basic mathematics. If you have to change the methodology, you have to find the basic structure in order for the math problem to be different. You have to change the methodology to get a different answer. Now, if you change the methodology, which is the formula, and you put the same numbers in, here's the irony, right? You can put the same repeated numbers in with different methodology or different techniques, you're going to get a different answer. Why? Because the answer was never really in the numbers. It was in the method. Because the method manipulates the numbers to arrive at a specific answer. You see where I'm going? So if the method remains the same, it doesn't matter which numbers you put in there, because the method is designed for the answers to come out a specific way. So it don't matter what numbers you put in there. As long as you're using the same formula, you're going to get that same answer. Now, if you change the formula and put the same numbers, you'll realize that you'll get a different answer. Because the answer is determined by the manipulation of the method, not the numbers themselves. And that right there is symbolic of what's going on in the world today, what we see going on in our culture, in our society. As long as the policies are the same, the methodology is the same, because remember, the formula, the methodology, the algorithm, that represents something else. Just like the numbers is symbolic. All I'm giving you is analogies. It's analogous to society. So you use your intelligence and understand that the numbers represents the people, right? The formula represents the policies, the structure, the foundation, the principles. And as long as those remain the same, it doesn't matter what numbers you put in, folks. You're constantly going to get the same answer, which is an unarmed black man being killed. So we need to figure out how to change the formula, change the methodology, change the structure, the foundation. Stop focusing. And I hate this. I hate this with a passion. I'm going to say this one more time because I hear it all the fucking time. Stop waiting for one of us to get killed to remind me of how better we need to be doing. There is plenty of opportunities out there to remind ourselves as black people how better we should be doing. Golly, Chicago, right here in New York, the black on black crime rate is through the roof, right? We're constant. So blacks killing blacks is an opportunity to remind me of how better we need to do, right? Blacks committing robberies is an opportunity to remind me that we should be doing better. Black raping, you get where I'm going. Anything that we are doing, right, is an opportunity to remind ourselves, remind me that we should be doing better. But please don't wait till I get killed by the opposite side, or don't wait till I'm killed by the police to remind me that I need to be doing better. It's sideways victim blaming. It's not direct victim blaming, but it's a backhanded side door entrance victim blaming. Don't blame the victim when the victim is dead. You know what I'm saying? Especially context. Again, like I said, foundation determines outcome. So context is important. Don't blame the victim when he's an unarmed black man that, hey, black people, y'all should be doing better. Don't use that as an opportunity to remind me that I should be doing better. Remind me that I should be doing better when I'm out here doing something wrong. Okay, not when I'm out here not resisting arrest and getting a knee placed in my neck till I die, or I'm running, okay, and I'm shot in my back. Okay, don't use that to remind me or remind my culture that we should be doing better. There, again, hear me and hear me clear. There are plenty of opportunities. There's a plethora of occasions for you to use to remind us that we need to be doing better. But don't wait till an officer kills us, unarmed, by the way, killed an unarmed person, to remind us that we need to be doing better. Okay, that's an imbalanced equation of algebra. If you got balance, what you do to one side, you got to do to the other. It's algebra, right? I'll use math to answer every problem in life. So don't do that. That's improper fractions. All right, till next time. Mark here, Cooking Books. Peace.